Hello, welcome to CathyDslaught's SRC4U Zoom call for January 15th, 2021. To access Cathy's Zoom call, you will click here and remember this password. We're going to allow, type in the password, and then join the call. We're waiting for the host to start the show, and she'll be with us momentarily. We'll be right back. Cathy has opened up the room, and we will join without video.
Let's go ahead and start with the beginning now. Trying to put initials in here. I don't know, so that I don't. Let's just go ahead. I've got the group in here somewhere. I wanted to show you that we completely cleared yesterday, which is unusual. Usually there's a little tidbit of this or that in there. So I was real pleased with that. I've got to get in the habit, though, of putting initials down for people instead of names. I don't want to show everybody's names in here. But anyway, so let's just open a fresh one. See if we want any further template. And in case I am unavailable today, I see later on my phone is refusing to charge, so I'm going to have to go down and looks like buy a new phone. And that's just as well. This phone has always been a little bit of a problem. It doesn't seem to work the way it should anyway. Let's see. Okay, look at that. We want a name image. So template is actually what that is. Alright, so here we go. This is our shape. And I need to get a new book on this because I gave the one I had to someone. But you can look that up online. The Inigon we want as a shape, as our template. And let's do it. And I got about halfway through the manual, doing the updates, getting it ready to go. And hopefully I'll get that to Joanna by the end of the day. That's the goal. Although I'm going to have to go down and get this phone exchanged. Okay, so here we go. Again, no zeros. So you see, like it's baby steps. You keep doing this on a regular basis, and you see a lot of shifts. But we are asking for maximum protection, free from threats to health and vitality, remove evil eye, dimensional disturbances, cord cutting, deactivate demonic energy, and apply bioenergetics to health maintenance. That's not a bad one. And remove hex. So we're asking for a lot of unusual things today. And let's just go, before I do any of that, let's put this in. And today let's just use the recharger to, well, see, I'm running out of little panels. I've had so many going. Okay, good. There's one. Everybody's getting a lot of work lately. So we want to charge our clothes and our jewelry and eyeglasses. Let's just put recharge clothing, jewelry. Can anybody think of anything else besides clothing, jewelry, eyeglasses? That should cover it, shouldn't it?
Shoes.
Pardon?
Shoes.
Ooh, shoes. Thank you. Anything else?
If you use, put anything in your hair?
Well, let's just put cosmetics. All right. And there we go. Let's just 2 hours. All right. Well, let's look at these. I like to look at if we can, the lowest ones. And again, this is flowing. We're going to go to put all of these in. This is flowing energy. It's just very subtle. And but the subtle, they say, is where all the power lies. And let's just see where we are. Okay. The way I'm interpreting this is when it's high number, it's all we need to do. Don't need any extra. Free from threats to health and vitality. So you see, this is not psychic. This is reading our fields, and this must be as a group, maybe not the group on the Zoom, but as a group, as a people, that's what's going on. Remove evil eye. Again, just the dowsing in seems to be enough. Dimensional disturbances. So it's more of for me anyway, information that, and it may be just the stress in the country, that our voltage may be going down a little bit. None of these things are anything but energetic states of consciousness. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do.
States of consciousness. Can I ask you, is it possible that they could be running like a game and we're all part of the game and we're getting ready to pop out of this game?
I think it's very possible. I've said, not because I figured it out, but Greg Braden talks a lot about this, that we are some sort of a software program.
Yes.
And we operate like a software program. And it could be. It absolutely could be. And the key is to learn as much as you can about how to operate your own program instead of letting others operate. And a lot of this stuff, we have the evidence. For example, television, what that's done to our consciousness. We know now what this digital stuff does. I added last night, thank goodness it didn't show up for us to clear that. And I'm going to show you something in just a minute in reference to all this. This may be right here the key to everything. And we're just going to have a little fun with it over the week. And this is going to be my focus for the group.
The 19th seems to be the key date because everything is 1-9.
Okay. Well, here is what our focus for the weekend is going to be. This comes from, I believe it's Philippians 4:8. But any deep work you do on quantum at all is going to boil right down to your thoughts. And so this is whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, think about such things. So in other words, a challenge, and I'm doing it for me, we already know it's the year of the tongue. So in my case, I could have some pretty bad things to say about what I think is going to happen to me. Based on this election, I don't want to do it. And so I want to focus on this with my words, but also more important, the thoughts. And this might actually be such a change that it's miraculous. So let's put this in and see what comes up, and that'll give us, more information, of course. All right, so let's just hit a simple wonder click and see what comes up when we do this. And it's still going to work on, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual things, but with a focus of the thoughts. As we sure don't want to be in the lower consciousness range. All right, so we see masking. You're familiar with that term. A little bit of stress there at this moment in time. It's all etheric field stuff. Let's just go ahead and put it in the Gong. Need a little bit more water, it looks like. Brow chakra, that would be our pineal. And let's just check. Simple way to do it. Okay. Cardiac muscle. Thyroid. Self-assertion. Flyer mattresses on sale every day. Isn't that the normal price? So we're questioning things. That is, I think this group knows the more you question, the more you realize we've been taught many things, and I'm talking on a religious level, a medical, a political, etc., that aren't true. And so as you start studying, you may start figuring a few things out. There's some stress related to rejection. Let's just see. Is not good. Fear, terror, horror, panic, extreme fright of known things. Very interesting that this is all popping up today. Let's see if I have a... No, I don't have a pen. Let's see if I can get something. Okay. Yeah, I'm still not. We're still going. Well, we're just going to have to wait, and I'll put that in. Let's see as soon as I have a Pro Tool available. But meanwhile, let's just see the level of this. Has anything happened I don't know about? I haven't looked at the news.
Me either.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm listening to positive things as I do the work.
Just as well.
I have to, yeah. Okay, so right now, though, this is important. Our resistance factor is physical. And whether we're a reality game or not, which I kind of think we are, and this is something interesting if you think about it. We've got this physical receptacle for our spirit. And it makes sense that it can control our thoughts, which then would control our spirit. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Our focus would be physical. Let's go on down here now.
Let me ask you this. Is it possible for someone to pop into your space to try to manipulate you?
Well, we just don't know these things. I'm going to take some of these out. We just don't know. More than anything that I know is that I don't know. We know with frequency you can do a lot of things. That's a lot of this work is we're choosing our own frequencies. And I don't know. Does anybody else want to make a comment?
Other than to say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I definitely think so.
Is there a way to clear it out?
I think it's our thoughts. I think that is the bottom line for every single bit of creation. Doesn't mean, you're not going to be Pollyanna. You're going to have awareness. But then once you have that, you're going to decide what you want to create, and that's what you're going to focus on. And I think that's been the problem with a lot of the television, is it's impacted our thoughts. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's just look in here and see. Let's just do negative thinking. Unless anybody can think of a better way to put it. And let's go in here. While we're waiting for that, you can see, you always can go way down. We can see what's going on. This is incredible information. But usually the top two are where we focus. For example, here's your life force meridian, ladder 42. How often do we, see in our scan information that the life force has been restricted? Anyway, so especially for those who have the knowledge on this kind of thing, you've got a ton of information, and every now and then you might want to go through it. And for example, affecting the cartilage right there, evil, pathogenic chi, just for the heck of it. Let's look at that. Okay, so it's interesting that so often on the weekends we want the issue solver and we want the dispenser. Let's just go in. I think I still have a tab. I have two tabs. Good. Okay, so let's go in to dispenser. Say, I want to do a little something different here. I'm going to make first, I will come back later and do a generic. Let's just do essential oils. Make a little cocktail. You see how we did that, essential oils, and then we're going to create our own. And let's just see. So we're asking for Lang Lang, which is an antidepressant, antiseptic, antispasmodic, sedative, tonic, heart issues, Raven Sarah, and that's more for pathogens. Grounding, balsam, spruce, white angelica. And if you have this software, I do this before I go to bed, and this runs while I sleep. White angelica, joy. I'm not familiar with this one. Galbanum or something like that. Magnify your purpose, brain power, raven, nutmeg. Nutmeg, as you probably know, is amazing for adrenals, but you've got to put it in liquid and drink it. And in other words, just to put it on, they say is not the way to do this one. Put a little drop in your coffee or tea. Highest potential in clary sage, and we're asking for 30 minutes with 16 repeats. I think I'm just gonna think on this. I guess I'll just leave it at the 1 minute at this point. And then we've got the issue solver. Let me go in here. And I'll send this to Joanna. I don't think it's in there, but this is a typed out list of everything that is in the issue solver. Because, in all fairness, how do we know exactly what we're talking about here?
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Is everybody going to get in the same limo with their winning lottery ticket?
That makes sense to me.
What did she say? Everybody get the what?
Same limo. Are you all taking separate limos?
Exactly.
Sounds like a good occasion. So,
It'd be hard for me to get the same limo, though. I'm in South Dakota.
we're all separated, but we'd have to, I don't know if I want to get on a plane ticket. Yeah, we might have to learn to astral project. But it sounds good to me. I'm excited about it. My daughter is actually going out tonight because I bought the tickets for the wrong day. And she said, my left brain, she who knows all daughter, said, I'll go out and get you the correct tickets for the correct night. And I said, okay. And she said, then I'll take half. So, but look at our issue solver. And this is something interesting I listened to years ago about how candida affects our mind. And that turns out that's our top thing with the issue solver this weekend. Excess conditions. We are asking, there seems to be a little depressed type energy part. The little type holes and chakras, as I understand, that's our little spines in our cells. I don't know. We're wanting 11 hours. I put that in there so we know we want 11 hours. Heart is a little weak. Again, we're asking for feel good. Cosmetic fitness. And by the way, speaking of cosmetic fitness, a friend of mine sent something about a wonderful hair product. If anybody wants it, I'm not interested. That's not at the top of my list, but supposedly it is quite a good hair product. So if anyone's having difficulty in that area, shoot me an email and I'll forward you what she sent. So anyway, we have room for 10 in here. So this is the 10th. So let's just go ahead and pull that up. might notice we asked for this feel-good energy twice. Well, no, we can go down to 11. We asked for heart twice. The request. But no matter what, apparently we want to look good.
Goes along with being super rich.
Okay, I love it. Yay!
Oh, it's in my mirror every day. Beyond that mirror, no.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I go in and do our little lottery stuff and Miracle Zap just for fun. Let me see, we want 11 hours at this point. And then let's go in. I do this in the background. I should probably post it. But according to Kevin, and I will talk with him today about putting something together for us for the mastery. But according to Kevin, the two most powerful Pro Tool, or one is a Pro Tool, the other is this She Motion, Issue Solver and She Motion. So let's go in here, and I'm not sure that She Motion is the ideal name because it's, of course, appropriate for men as well. But a lot of days, you can just go back and forth if you have this. And I do. You go in spurts with it.
What is the She Motion mostly used for?
It's balancing your emotions, and it'll give you a little message. I hope we have time. You can put an issue in, or, since remember, we only, at the very most, 0.4% are we even aware of our issues. Let's just see what we're asking for on top. Okay, so this top one, I'm going to read it because I don't know if you can all see it. It's very faint. What you get is little negatives, and these are things that need to come down. And the first negative we have is shouting, and that's at the top. That's at the top stress. That's feeling like you're not being heard. Now this second one, again, this is going to be a positive. It's got a little plus there. Access, forgiveness of self and others, and that's just at a 2, so we need to get that up. Malice towards other, we want to bring that down. That's at an 8. Knowing how to say no, that's right in the middle. 5, we want to bring that down. This is an interesting one. The rabbit must prevail despite the dog, and we're way up at 10. We want to bring that down. Intolerant, that's not too high. It's just a 3, but we want to bring that down. Sadness, that's at a 7. We want to bring that down. And then this is thankfulness, and look how low that one is. That's just a 1. We want that up to a 10. And this particular program is unbelievably powerful if you do it consistently. It's just like our other work. If you're not going to do it, except, just once in a while, it's going to take a lot longer to see your positive changes. But let's just wait. We've got 5 minutes here, and it's going to give us a message. Anything new to share during that time?
Pray for the children.
What was that?
Pray for the children.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
President Trump is really rescuing a lot of children underground. Well, the military, technically.
That he is the only main figure I know, even before he was elected, that spoke out about the sex trafficking. And that's one thing they say is going on with the border, and that's why some want it open, is that was a tremendous source of victims, is what you would call it. And people are more aware. We've got information now, if we choose to take the time, And yes, we must, this has got to be stopped, and we must pray. And that's where, to me anyway, we have to organize our thoughts so that we focus on that. In other words, focus on what is good. The freedom, the emancipation of these children. And then there's other areas. Look at what's happening. Pull up a few YouTubes on some of these animals that are dumped in these, kill shelters. There's so much. So, again, we have to know about it. Just like I have to know I have some cars in front of the house, but then we don't think on it. We just handle it. And so there's so much. And they say that things, as we continue to gather this kind of information, we have some wonderful things ahead. I do believe, and believe me, I've studied it. I've got thousands of hours of research now, because I'm getting old. Easier to research than run around. That we can change it. We are here to create heaven on earth.
That's right. For all animals.
Yes.
For all animals and all human beings, regardless of age. There's a lot of younger people that are in those tunnels also, mostly children, but a lot of young people, both men and women.
Yes.
And all the animals that are killed for whatever reason.
Yes.
For fun, for food, for whatever. It's horrible.
It is horrible. So we've got a lot to learn and a lot to do. And I guess while we do it, we have to think good thoughts. So that can be a challenge when you see some of these things that are going on. And usually what I do, and I don't know if the message will make sense or not, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but I usually then go ahead and douse it into, if I'm doing this for the group, and I douse the statement into the group. If it's for an individual, the same. And if any of you don't have this, maybe I could call Ray and see if he would give us a little sale with all of these crazy things happening in our world. But I haven't done that. I had just now thought of it. So.
Yeah, I have the mastery on my computer, not on the plug thing like you do. Mm-hmm. But I don't have access to the She-Motion.
It doesn't come with it. Even if you have all these, the mastery, the She-Motion, and when you get the She-Motion, you get the e-body as well.
Okay, so
that's one I really do have to use more.
So that's separate?
The e-body and She-Motion come together, but it's separate from all the other.
Okay, well, talking to him about a sale would be a great thing, because I used the She-Motion when it was in kind of pre-launch, and man, I'm telling you, I did it on all of the females in my family, and my daughter said she noticed a huge difference in my grandchildren.
Yes. It really is quite effective. I had a friend years back whose husband was dying, and during this time I did it on her every day over and over and over, and it was remarkable how she held up after he died.
Yeah, nice.
All right, watch your spending habits. Spending any more time on remorse about the past is expensive. Okay, so
wow.
So let's go ahead. Let's see how we resonate with that. We need. I'm not going to start that yet because I'll add a few of these messages. We'll just go ahead and now the way I do it, I think Kevin does this a little differently, is I just do it one at a time. I like the messages. Bring it down or up, whatever is the case. And I'll save these messages so we can look at them on Monday. Wait a minute. There we go. So I guess that's it for the weekend, or for the Friday.
Great.
And I hope we win our lottery.
Yes, let's pray for that, and then let's pray for the other thing to go in a positive direction.
Yes. Well, we're learning a lot. That's what I'm looking at. The best I can, I'm looking at what we're learning from this and go that direction, because it is quite an experience of one I never thought I'd see. Especially the censorship. That just puts you in shock.
It does.
So a lot of people, because of it, though, are waking up. People that never wanted to think in a certain direction are now looking at this saying, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
So that's maybe our job, is to focus on the positives. And people are closer to God, too. I'm going to want to finish this manual first as far as this final proof and get it to Joanna, and then do more work on the Holy Spirit, because that is a wonderful messenger from the Matrix. And as Joanna said, can we be influenced by outside energy? Unfortunately, the answer is absolutely. So let's get positive.
Those numbers can be used in North Dakota. You don't have to just be Florida.
That's right.
Pulling in the energy from the Matrix.
Oh my God, I just think that would be a great story where Michigan, Dakota, and Florida, and whoever else is on this call in another state, all those same numbers popped up.
We'll be the first, and we'll tell them how. Thanks, ladies.
Okay, have a great weekend.
Love y'all.
Yeah,
be well.
Many blessings.
Kathy.
What's that?
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, well, thank you. Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
That concludes the SRC4U Zoom call for January 15th, 2021. Thank you for attending, and we look forward to seeing you again. If you would like to find the virtual spa and what we were discussing right here, where it says Virtual Spa Academy, and we were talking about the cocktails, you can access it here. See the SRC4U software cocktail list. And there it is. And here's the list on the left-hand side, and if you'd like to print it out, or you can click and it'll take you over to the actual page where you can just copy and scan them into your software. And then the Reiki symbol I'll put over here on this side. Thank you again. Take care. Bye-bye.